6th, January 17th. In early years, he makes candles and soap and liked to read books and write. Ben is well known because his third nickname is Electricity. Later in life, he asked French to help the American colonies. Today, we remember him for his inventions and ideas to help the United States. Other interesting things I learned is he is one of the founding fathers. He is the one who wrote Four Wishes Almanac, and he liked science and invented the light bulb. And he was the father of electricity. Half of the buildings he invented electricity so we can remember him.
This is my famous American John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy was born May 29, 1917 in Massachusetts. John graduated from Harvard University in 1940 during World War II. In 1916, John became president. He is well known because he worked for equal rights and started the Peace Corps. Later in life, John wrote profiles and encouraged about leaders and their ideas. We remember him for being a great leader and for being the youngest president of the world. Other things I learned were John was the youngest president to die. He had 8 brothers and sisters. It was great searching about John F. Kennedy. My famous American is Georgia O'Keeffe. Georgia O'Keeffe was born on November 15, 1887 in Wisconsin. In 1905, Georgia O'Keeffe went to the Art Institute of Chicago. Later, she studied art in New York City. Then, Georgia became a teacher. Georgia O'Keeffe is well known because she painted bold watercolor paintings of flowers, cities, and patterns. Over the years, writing up her, and she still painted. In March, Georgia died at the age of 98. Today, we remember her as a unique American. That is my famous American. Hi, this is my report on Martha Washington. Martha was born June 2nd, 1731 in Virginia. In her early years, Martha had married Daniel Custis in 1750. Martha and Daniel had 4 children, but 2 died. Later, she was left alone with 2 of her kids. Martha then married George Washington in 1759. Martha is well known because she raised money and for the sick and brought clothes and food for them in 1775, and because she was married to George Washington. In later years, Martha died in 1802. Today we remember her for all her help and how hard she worked. One interesting thing I learned was she was the first lady of the United States.
This is about Babe Ruth. He was born on Baltimore, Maryland, 1895. At age 7, he was sent to boarding house. Babe Ruth is well known because he helped the Red Sox win more than one World Series. Later in life, he traded to the New York Yankees in 1920. Today, I remember him for his record of 714 home runs. For Babe, people usually hit singles and doubles. His record lasted 24 years after death in 1971.
Go.
Neil Armstrong was born August 5th, 1930 in Ohio. He lived in a farmhouse. He liked planes so much. In 1949, he left college and joined the Navy. His first plane ride was in the Tin Goose. He came back to college to study harder. He grew up to be a pilot. He also tested planes, too. He was a fighter in the Korean War. He earned 3 medals for skill and courage. He graduated from college in 1955. His favorite part was testing the X-15. He zoomed to the speed of 1,000 miles per hour. When he was a teenager, he earned his pilot license before his driver's license. In 1956, he married a girl named Janet Sharon. In 1962, he was chosen to become an astronaut. He started college in 1947. He was a little nervous he was going to crash. In 1966, he rode the Gemini for the very first time. In 1969, he flies the Apollo 11 to the moon. He came with 2 other astronaut friends. People watched his first step on the moon. They heard him say, "That's one little step for man, one big leap for mankind." He landed a craft on the moon. Then he came back to Earth. Then he earned his first big medal. In 1971, he retired from NASA. Then he became an engineering or computer teacher at the University of Cincinnati. In August, he had a bypass surgery, 2012. Then on August 25th, 2012, he died. That's why we remembered him as our very first astronaut to step on the moon. He was also a very famous astronaut and a good person.
Hi, my name is Sally Wide. Sally Wide was born on May 26, 1951. In 2012, July 25th, Sally died. Sally liked to play tennis, even interested in golf. She had a younger sister. She liked softball. She liked all sports. Sally Wide is well known because in 1983, she was the first woman to go into space. Sally did experiments in space. In 1989, Sally became a teacher at University of California. She went into space twice. She had 2 daughters, and she's a role model for a female astronaut. Sally Wide had an interest in physics. Sally Wide has died, but we are so thankful for everything she has done.
Sacagawea by Neha. My famous American is Leia. She was born on a Shoshone Indian camp in 1788. When she was 12, she was attacked by the Hisdasta warriors. Sacagawea is well known because she was helping and exploring in 1805 with Lewis and Clark. She told them what plants to eat and what kinds of plants to use as medicine. With Sacagawea's help, Lewis and Clark reached the Pacific Ocean. Sacagawea reached her village in 1806. Today we remember her for her strength and courage. We put a few monuments in her honor. She died in 1812. That is why we honor Sacagawea.
Dr. Seuss was a famous American author. Theodore Seuss Geisel was born March 2nd, 1904. He wrote his first book in 1937, named And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street. It was turned down 27 times. Dr. Seuss, he made Cat in the Hat in 1957. Some books were made into movies. Later in life, he wrote and drew pictures for 44 books. Dr. Seuss died in 1991. Today we remember him for the great and funny books he wrote. Other interesting things I learned was that he won many awards for his books. We remember him for our books.
This is about Muhammad Ali. Muhammad was born in Louisville, Kentucky. Muhammad became the best boxer. People would often say he could float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He also went to the Olympics team. Later years, Muhammad got Parkinson's disease. He also worked to raise money for charities. Today we remember him as the greatest boxer, and that is all about Muhammad.
This is my famous American Walt Disney. He was born in 1901 in Chicago. In his early years, he loved drawing. Disneyland and Mickey Mouse opened in 1971. The Mickey Mouse Club brought smiles to children and adults. Walt Disney died in 1966. We remember him because he made Mickey Mouse and his other great ideas. Thomas Jefferson was born on April 13, 1743. In 1776, Thomas wrote the Declaration of Independence. Thomas is well known because in 1801, Thomas became president of the United States. In 1804, Thomas returned to Virginia. He helped build the University of Virginia. He became a lawyer in 1761. Thomas married Martha Wayland Gadsden. Today we remember him for writing the Declaration of Independence.
My famous American is Amelia Earhart. In 1897, Amelia was born in Kansas. In 1917, Amelia worked as a nurse's helper in a hospital. In 1928, Amelia flew across the United States and back. She flew across the Atlantic Ocean alone in 1927. Amelia dreamed of being the first woman to fly across the world. As you can see, there are many reasons why Amelia Earhart was famous. Today, remember her for being the first woman to try to fly around the world. No one knows what happened to Amelia, but most think her plane went down somewhere, but her body and her plane were never found.
The famous American I studied was Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was born in 1879 on March 14th in Germany. He studied physics and math in his childhood. Albert is known because he is a scientist. Later in life, many people read what he wrote. We remember him for being a good scientist. I learned in 1905 he wrote "Nothing moves faster than light." In 1921, he won the Nobel Peace Prize for physics. These are all the reasons Albert Einstein is a famous American.
John Smith.